Good Monday afternoon, everyone. I hope you're enjoying your long holiday weekend, getting ready to head back to work tomorrow. It's going to be just as hot as today. Temperatures heating up mid-90s at this time, but we're heading up to a high right around 100 degrees, 2 degrees shy of the record if we hit 100 in Boise. Record high tomorrow is 101, and we'll have temperatures close to 100 again tomorrow, so even better chance. Notice the dew point here, 40 degrees. What does that mean? The lower the dew point, the drier the air. Last week, when we had all that moisture around those big storms and the heavy rain, we had dew points over 60. And now it's down to 40, which means the humidity is lower, only 14% instead of being up at 70 and 80%. So a pretty impressive change here. Hazy conditions. We're going to keep the smoke around, but it may thin out a little bit during the day tomorrow. Temperatures during the mid-afternoon, mid-90s. Again, heading for highs near 100, 87 in McCall, 81 in Stanley. Nice weekend for people getting away, doing some camping up north. Yes, we did have the smoke, but we haven't had any storms around. Now, there are some storms to the south. Anybody near the Idaho Nevada border, some of the remote areas seeing some isolated storms here, but remaining dry everywhere else. It will stay that way for the rest of your Monday evening into Tuesday. A ridge of high pressure here building in from the south. It's bringing in heat from the south as well. Low pressure and cooler weather is actually backing offshore, what we call retrograding, and that's going to keep the cooler weather away. And so the heat building, and you see here the warnings and advisories beginning to pop up in this region right here, and the heat is funneling to the north as well. So we're going to keep that heat around for tomorrow. Want to jump ahead because the heat will start to dissipate through the week, and then we bring in a chance with that southerly flow of air, some moisture coming in, the chance for some thunderstorms. Still nothing much on Friday, but notice what happens this coming Saturday. Looking ahead to the weekend, it's only a 20% chance in Boise, but this may change. The charts that I'm seeing, one of the charts could bring in some pretty heavy rain. The thunderstorms that come in because of the dew points going back up and the high moisture content could produce some very heavy downpours, and it may be right on Saturday. This is something we're going to have to watch. I'll keep an eye on this. I saw it yesterday. The charts talked a little bit about it. Seeing it again today, and the trend is becoming more towards that. And so be ready for Saturday, potentially to be a wet day where the storms form. There could be some heavy downpours coming on in. Look at the McCall forecast here. This is the forecast with today getting about 87 mid-afternoon. 89 on Tuesday. Notice the temperatures start to slip later in the week, and by the weekend, it doesn't show it here Saturday, but I still think we have a better chance of some storms Saturday. We'll update this for you, but look at the temperatures dropping into the 70s. Nice little change there. Here's my temperature outlook. Hotter than normal temperatures. This is September 11th or 7th through the 11th here. That heat starts to build to the east and cooler weather. You see it down here to the south, and so our temperature's not changing too. They're going to come down. That cooler weather is going to expand to the north, but this is interesting. A good chance, a higher likelihood. The deeper shaded greens just means a higher likelihood of getting wetter than normal conditions, and that could be here across the northwest in places that need it because there's a lot of fires burning in this area, and so bringing the humidities up helps, and bringing some rain down could also help as well. I'm going to keep an eye on that. Here's my extended forecast. 100 degrees on Tuesday. Record high temperature 101. On Wednesday, we'll dip the temperature a bit down to 95, but the moisture starts to increase. I'm going to keep my pick day at Friday at 92. If I could, I'd put it on Saturday. I want to put it during the week, though, for you to see which day. There's still a chance we could see some thunderstorms. I might have to move this, but the heat at least starts to dissipate. But it's going to be warm in the morning. Normal high is 85 degrees, dropping down to around 83 by the time we get to Monday. This is normal right here next Monday at 83 degrees. Look at those temperatures drop, though, nicely. This is the day. 30% chance of storms on Saturday. I will keep you updated on this. This could change, but definitely a cool down coming in, starting to feel a little bit more seasonable with those temperatures dropping. I'll have an update to the forecast for the weekend and an update, of course, to the heat coming in for tomorrow on Idaho News 6 on the air and online.